Okay, we're recording.
Who else is getting interviewed? It's 5 and. Oh, no, perfect.
Okay, is this like good?
Yep.
Okay, sick recording going.
Yeah.
Like the 7.
You need to get us in there, then I feel like,
I don't think.
nah.
Did she get rid of
I
us
feel like she
by our
was
voices?
like, I need to know. Oh my god, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of a pain in the ass to like deal with, but like,
I don't know. Whatever.
I feel like we're good.
Okay,
let's
ready?
just keep it like that. All right, we're ready.
Thank you all for coming. This will probably take about 30 minutes of your time. I'm gonna start with a question about your preferred way of communication. Do you like to use social media to get updates about things, email, talking to friends? Like what's the way you like to communicate most?
I'd probably say social media.
Social media?
Yeah. I mean, I use text to talk to my friends.
I go social media.
I think probably both, like social media and text.
I think I definitely use calls and texts the most.
I'd say social media also.
How do you like share something with your friends normally, like over text and social media?
Yeah.
How do you feel about skiing or snowboarding as a recreational activity?
Sick. I like it.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's very fun and a good way to get outdoors.
Yeah, I like it too.
Do you all ski or snowboard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it would be fun or enjoyable for someone who has never skied or snowboarded before?
I've heard a lot of negative things about it.
I have to, like,
It
people
depends on the
fall
person.
just,
Yeah.
or they give up easier and
Yeah,
don't want to do
definitely,
it.
definitely depends on the person. Yeah.
Have you ever like taught a friend how to ski or snowboard?
No, I just make them like do it themselves.
Do they still go with you though?
Yeah.
Is it like, do they usually have a great time and kind of figure it out?
It's hit or
Does it
miss.
go?
Like
Hit or
some
miss.
people like can't figure it out.
What are the benefits to skiing or snowboarding? What are your personal benefits? Like, how do you feel after a day on the mountain?
Definitely like can see mental health benefits. Like a good day just kind of resets everything, like takes away all my issues for a little bit.
I think so too, and I think it's really fun to go with friends and just like a really fun weekend activity with everyone.
It gets you out of like Boulder, like
Yeah.
gets you out of just like.
It's definitely more of like a social aspect for me. Are any of you a part of CU Free Skiing or Free Ride?
I'm the president of CU Free Ski.
Nice.
Yeah.
How do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah?
It's definitely like the best decision I ever made was joining CU Free Ski. I've met all my close friends through the team and I've been to some really amazing places.
What are the like requirements to join?
Technically none, but we do suggest that you should be able to ski down every part of the mountain comfortably. And you should want to be able to compete at some point.
If there was like a partnership to get more people into free ski by teaching new skiers, would that be something of interest for your organization? And if you guys aren't a part of free ski, would you think about joining?
Have you guys heard of Brother Jerry?
We haven't.
So Freeride has a program where they take their members and they teach new people how to ski.
Oh, that's incredible. That's awesome. Have you been partnered with somebody through that?
I haven't
Right.
done it before, but I've heard of it.
How do your family and friends view skiing or snowboarding?
I feel like my whole family kind of grew up skiing, so it was just taught to me at a young age, it was expected, and it's just like a family outing at this point.
Mine's the same way, and like my family always comes out here to like ski with me.
Say I'm like the opposite, because I'm like from North Carolina and like never grew up skiing or snowboarding. So like when I came out here, that's when I like picked it up on my own. My dad taught me how to ski, my mom hates it.
Yeah, my dad and my brothers all snowboard, I ski, and my mom doesn't do any of it.
So is there's someone in your life that influenced you all to ski or snowboard? Okay. Do you think there's any downsides or negative aspects like associated with skiing and snowboarding?
I've been to the hospital every season for the past 6 seasons.
For like
various injuries.
related to like speed or,
This year in January, I hit a tree, fractured my femur. Last year, I hit a rock, compound fractured my pelvis. The year before, I like fucked up my elbow real bad. I've definitely broken my thumbs more times than I can count.
so injuries are a main part of, like a negative aspect with skiing and snowboarding. Are there any others?
I think for me, like traffic, just like the process of getting there, getting the gear, leaving, sometimes it's off-putting, especially on Sunday night.
I think a lot of my friends too, who are starting to learn and like don't have their own gear are like kind of turned off from going because of how expensive it is too, and like trying to get an icon pass like from other people is like really stressful for them, so they just like don't want to go as much.
Are there any other negative aspects that you can think of?
Definitely the cost for entry is very high.
Yeah, so there's a benefit for college students going because they get the student discount, right? But it goes up once you turn 23. Do you guys think you'll continue to ski and snowboard like after college?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I can ask, why do you continue to ski after all the injuries you have?
I love it so much. I mean, every time I get injured and I can't ski, it just like, it makes me appreciate even more the time I do get to spend on snow. I've like never loved anything more in my life than skiing.
It's awesome. So how would you convince someone to go skiing or snowboarding with you, but like, even though there's all of these negative factors that they're aware of and like they feel not super lenient or like excited to, you never skied before, how would you try to convince them?
I normally, my friends that like don't go a lot, like and are super experienced, like I'll just tell them that we can like start on something like super slow and easy and like show them how to do everything, and then we can just like work our way to where they're comfortable. And I go with a lot of my friends who like didn't grow up doing it, so then we normally just start with like greens and blues, and then by the end of the day we can like do more.
Anyone else, how would you convince somebody to go with you?
I would just say it's fun, like why not try it? If you have a day or even a weekend trip and at the end of it you decide it's not your thing, then that's okay, but it's getting outside and it's doing something that so many people like, and so to just see why they like it might convince them.
Yeah, definitely. Have any of you participated in the hill jam, like whether you've like gone to watch or actually done some of the things?
I
Watching.
skied in that for the past couple of years.
Watching,
Yeah, watching.
what is that event like?
It's really, it's really cool to compete in. I've competed in big mountain comps, but that was the first park comp I've ever competed in. So it's like it's a very different aspect. Everyone just like wants to see like shit go down and just wants to like have a good time. Like everyone's encouraging, no one's like rooting against you really. So that's a really cool atmosphere.
From an audience perspective, what is it like? I haven't personally been.
I'd say it's really busy. It's hard to get like,
It is.
it's hard to actually
So
watch
active.
it. So I think that's just more of like a logistics thing. But it's really cool. It's cool being on the hill.
Are you going to watch it? Are you going to like listen to music, to be with friends?
I feel like it's very much, it like represents a lot of like the Boulder culture, I feel like, around skiing and stuff. Like people just go for like everything because they think it's like cool, and a lot of like skiing and snowboarding like is part of like why people come to school here.
Yeah, so do you think that's like a huge reason why people apply to see you?
Yeah, that's like half the reason that I came here.
I think so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so increasing the amount of students through skiing and snowboarding, it definitely seems like something that's possible. Are there people in your social circle who influence your perception of the sport?
I would say so. I haven't been like consistently skiing until this year. This is my first year with the ski pass. And if my friends weren't going consistently throughout last year, I probably wouldn't be like getting better like this year and going up as much as I am this year.
What about this?
I would definitely say, yeah, cause like I never grew up snowboarding. And so then I was like through a friend, he was like going on a trip, and then I was like, fucking buying a pass every year,
Yeah,
so, yeah.
do you have any like first memories of skiing? That you
Yeah,
would like to share?
my dad was the one who taught me to ski. I was about 3 years old when he did. So some of my first memories are actually on the snow and skiing. So I'd say he was definitely the main person that like influenced my perception of skiing.
My dad also taught me how to ski, so like before I could even walk, he would like ski and carry me down the hill, and so like, yeah, my like first memories are always just like going with my whole family for like holidays and stuff.
Would you have like having that experience and like having those early memories, like them be like so significant to you? Do you think that teaching someone else would make the sport more significant to them?
I think so. I feel like I have a friend who she just started this year and she like only would go with like me and my like other friends because she just was like, I trust you guys to not be like taking me down a double black or something like other people would, and she has had like a really good experience and like gotten a lot better like over the season so far.
Yeah, I think like if you have fun with it while teaching someone, it could be really impactful for them. They might want to teach someone else later on, or they just might really end up loving it and they never thought they would, so I would say, yeah, sure.
Do you guys have friends that you grew up skiing with that decided to go to a different school? And if so, do they ski at that school or like nearby?
Yeah, I have a friend who really, really loves skiing and she goes to Iowa now and I don't think they're skiing out there, but for every break she comes back here, she skis. She still buys a pass even if her days are so limited for just break times, but she still does.
I think I'm from Seattle, so like most of my friends that ski like don't go as much, but when they do like their formals and stuff for their like sororities and frats, like they always go to Whistler and like do ski trips there with everyone.
Anyone else?
Most of my friends ended up just going to school for education and so, I mean, they still like ski occasionally, but not a whole lot.
Yeah. Um. Do you think that helping someone else would give them more confidence, like to ski? And if like there's financial barriers, do you think that like being like having like a place accessible to get like cheaper gear, like maybe even like thrift or consignment gear would help them?
There's a store, I like get half my stuff there. It's on Arapahoe now. Sports recycler.
Mhm.
And it's basically like consignment. I also like sell all my stuff there. But it's super convenient. And it's like nice stuff.
I studied abroad last year and like skiing there was so much cheaper than here, and like a lot of my friends that we went with, like they were hesitant to go because they didn't want to have to pay for just like a couple hours of skiing. And it ended up being like cheaper than renting like just skis here for the whole entire day. It's like gear and the pass. So I feel like that was something that they were like, oh, it would be a lot easier to do that at home if it was like cheaper.
Yeah. Do you guys, so you sell your gear often, have any of you had experience like selling gear or buying used gear?
I rent all my stuff.
Not really sell it.
I used to rent and that was honestly nice because I didn't go enough to buy. So it was a couple $100 cheaper, which was a good incentive.
I usually keep my stuff until it's completely broken, so I don't usually sell it afterwards.
That makes sense. How would you make the process of like buying gear less intimidating for people who have never tried the sport before? Like, what would your recommendations be?
Maybe going with someone who knows what they're talking about and who has gone through that beginner process. That's the only thing that I can really think of.
Definitely talking to like friends, getting recommendations on like ski gear and kind of what to look out for.
Do you think that research is helpful in that process, like watching YouTube videos and stuff?
Definitely.
Yeah, or like TikToks?
It's so easy now with as much social media as there is in the world to just like go on TikTok and be able to see like a how-to or a do and don'ts for a beginner.
The newschoolers.com is probably the best ski forum website.
Do you all have favorite mountains here or other places? And what are they?
Squaw is my favorite.
Squaw, where's that?
My friends and I normally go just to like Winter Park or Copper, cause it's like the easiest with like the best snow like close by to Boulder, but, yeah, I mean, we normally just go there.
Yeah, I like Winter Park or Hopper, or just like Eldora for like a half day.
This is the first year I got the icon and I really like Winter Park, but before then, I mean, I liked Breck. It was just like easy and just fun to more so go and then like go to town after.
Have you guys tried one of the buses that like will shuttle you up to any of the mountains before?
Actually, no.
No, I just saw a sign on the outside of the store actually the other day that said that there's a service that does that. I feel like it could be helpful for students who don't have cars. Do you know anyone that has tried it before besides like?
I did it freshman year with my friends and because we neither of us had cars and we thought it was like really confusing and we were just going to Eldora, but we like had no idea really where it was taking us. Because that was like our first time going like as freshmen. And yeah, that was the last time I took it.
And you're coming from out of state too, right? So you
Mhm.
weren't like.
Yeah, I like did not
familiar
even know
with
what Eldora
the
was.
area. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so that could definitely be a factor too. How do you think that they could make that process easier since you've had experience?
I feel like, but I don't really know how we got like the information from it. I think she just looked up like buses to take to there. But I feel like definitely having like the website be more clear about like where you're going and just like stuff like that, like maybe posting stuff too.
And like,
Cause I feel like not a lot of students talk about like being able to take a shuttle or something there.
yeah, that I don't hear that very
Yeah.
frequently either, which like sometimes like a lot of people are drinking on the mountain.
Yeah,
Or when they get there, which that would be a safer alternative.
yeah,
to
definitely.
Going up the mountain. Do you guys all have the Icon Pass?
Mhm.
Have you ever had the Epic Pass before?
Yeah.
No, why did you like the Icon over the Epic, or do you have a preference between the two?
I like the icon just because it has Eldora on there too, so I can like, if I don't feel like getting on I-70, I can just go there for like a half day. But yeah, Epic Pass, since I was like in the military, it's like, when you buy it early, it's $180. So it's like, you have to buy it. So I
Yeah.
used to just buy both.
Yeah, so they give discounts for.
Yeah, huge. It's
Okay.
like $200.
Okay,
Coming from Tahoe, the good mountains that are on Icon. And then in Boulder, there's the student discount for the Epic Pass, and then because I'm on the Boulder free ski, I get mine for free. So I just stick with it.
yeah. Have you skied other mountains that aren't maybe on either, or?
Yeah, I've skied, for comps, I've skied a few other mountains. And they just aren't as good, like I hate Breck.
Why do you hate Brecon?
It just is so boring. The only good part of that mountain is Sixth Sense and you have to hike to.
Wow,
And I mean, they have a good park, but it's nothing you can't find at Copper. But anyways, probably some of the better epic passes are like Crested Buttes, like really fun. Telluride is up there for one of my top mountains, and then Kicking Horse is amazing, but those are pretty far away. So just like the good close mountains are on Icon.
okay. What do you guys think are like the easiest or best mountains for beginners to use?
Although for sure.
Yeah, oh, that's pretty light.
I feel like my friends who are like beginners who've gone to Eldora, they just don't like it as much because it's like way icier there too. So I think they don't like that. And then they also said like Winter Park is their favorite for like beginners, cause there's really easy parts and it's still like decent snow.
I guess the outdoor weather can turn
It's
off
so windy and
people.
icy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
I've definitely had that experience before.
Winter Park definitely has some like nice, easy green lanes that would be good.
Do you think, do any of you snowboard or ski? Sorry, can we go through saying what you do?
I ski, I've snowboarded before, like for a season or two, but I like to skiing.
I snowboard.
I ski.
and snowboard.
I ski.
I snowboard. So, and you've had experience with Switch, have any of you tried to Switch before?
I've tried once and I gave up in like an hour.
Was it fun? Or not really?
Not really. Well, I was just doing like a carpet lift and they made you take both feet out every time you went up and down, like to get on the carpet, and it was just exhausting, like putting both feet in and out just to go down for 30 seconds.
Did any of you have a different experience in Switch?
I grew up skiing for the first like 12 years, and then I just like didn't want to do what my family was doing. I just like felt different, and then I liked the Switch.
What made you like it initially? Like, was it hard for you? Or not, it wasn't like extremely hard to switch after?
I was like probably 12, so like I was still young enough that like nothing hurt. Like you just like nothing hurts you.
Yeah,
You can throw whatever you want and like doesn't matter. And one of my friends who would always be up in Vermont with us made the switch at the same time. So it was like a friend learning curve.
do you all have access to the necessary resources? And have you had lessons before? Like from a certified instructor?
Been a while. I mean, CU Free Ski has coaches, but I wouldn't say it's like a lesson. So in high school, I was on a competitive team, and then now I'm on CU Free Ski, and we've always had coaches, but it's not necessarily like what you might find at a little lesson. It's more like they're kind of more motivational, like giving tips and just like,
Would you all want to try to teach your friends someday, or does it seem like more trouble than it's worth?
if the snow like sucked and I wasn't doing anything else.
I don't like doing it, because I never had like anyone kind of teach me, I just like looked at YouTube videos, like fell a bunch of times. And then eventually you just get it.
At that time, were you like nervous to like even go with other people?
I mean, sure, there's like moments where you're kind of nervous, but like, just do it.
I guess like what advice would you give to them? If they're just like starting out, and especially if they like wanted to go skiing with you, would you turn them down? Would you say like, yeah, maybe like we could go like one of these days, but I don't necessarily like wanna stay with you the entire time? Like, how would you go about that?
My friends always are just kind of like, oh, you can like go ahead and leave me, like it's fine. And then I have my three like other roommates, we try to go like twice a week. And so we always just kind of like we like take turns sticking with the one person to like help her.
I mean, I'm still like learning. I'm not great. I'm still on like mostly blues, and like a lot of my friends are doing everything else. So when I go with them, I kind of just split off if they want to do something that I don't think I can do. And it's fine with me. Like even when I was first learning, like I didn't mind going off by myself and meeting back up with them.
How do you guys contact your friends on the mountain? Like if there's bad service, or like do you agree on like a meeting spot, or do you try to use like Find My?
I usually just be like, meet me at the bottom of this lift. Just like,
yeah, it's kind of just meet at the bottom of whatever lift. If there's no service on the entire mountain, like just you're skiing by yourself that day.
Unless by chance.
Mm,
What do you think could help you feel more confident with your skiing or snowboarding if you're not like super advanced?
I feel like I'm just a very cautious person to begin with. So, and I like, at the beginning of the season, didn't really trust myself to go fast or like anything like that, and the more that I go, the more that I trust myself, but I still don't know if I'll ever get to a point where I feel comfortable going down like a double black, like with the rest of my friends.
I would say like the complete opposite, and I just throw all like caution out the window. And you kind of just have to like, well, I mean, I close my eyes sometimes. Like, I'll close my eyes and just hope for the best. But that's like what makes it fun, is like, you just have to do it and like not think about it and just black it out a bit.
Yeah, there's always that feeling like right before you're about to do something like out of your comfort zone, there's always that feeling of like being a little nervous. But like after you do it, it's just like either why was I so scared to do that, or like getting that adrenaline rush of like landing. But
Do you guys all do tricks?
yeah,
Tricks or speed?
both.
If you could pick one.
I think more speed for me. I used to race, so I like, I'm not as much into like the tricks and stuff, but yeah.
If you're like nervous about going fast and doing tricks, is it because of like an experience that you've had prior? Or is it just kind of like the nervous system thing?
I think I just like psych myself out to think that I can't do it, or like if I go too fast, like I'm gonna crash and fall, or I'm gonna run into someone, or like just stuff like general like anxiety stuff. I haven't really had any bad experiences, like I rarely crash and fall, which makes me realize that I'm not doing all that I could do, because all my other friends crash and they're fine. But it's mostly just nerves.
Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. I feel like when I was younger, I used to do like tricks and stuff a lot more, but then like the older I get, I would think like I'd be more cautious about things, because I was more aware that I would like get hurt.
Definitely. What factors influence your decision to go skiing, like on a weekend or on a day?
Every single time I've ever not been skiing when I've had the opportunity to, I've always regretted it.
Why?
Because I missed out on like having fun.
My friends and I like all, or my roommates and I, we all did our classes like only Tuesdays and Thursdays so that we could go like more on the weekdays. Cause going on the weekends with the traffic and everything is just like miserable now. So we try to do like Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays.
Yeah, if I get on like I-70, I like to like have a place to stay, so I can get like 2 days out of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. So it seems like skiing and snowboarding has like a really big impact on your mental health. If you make like improvements with your skiing and snowboarding like in a day, like what's the feeling you have afterwards or like on your way home?
Like satisfaction, I think. There's definitely been days where like I get, or I'm like, finish the day, I'm like, that was like a good day. Like, and that's always just like the best feeling when you're just like satisfied at the end of the day, like you did a new trick, you skied better than you've ever skied before, there's good snow, whatever it is. Like, that's always just like such a nice feeling.
I'd like to hear from all of you if possible.
What's the question?
Just like how, just like how do you feel after a day like of skiing? Like when you've done something new or like it was just like the best powder.
I mean, it just feels good, like, I don't know, like, you just feel like you had a fulfilling day. Yeah.
I think, well, I'm always like in a group of like 3 to 4 plus, so I just like think it's nice because each of us like hypes each other up, and it's like at the end of the day, everyone notices like, oh my god, you did this today, you did this, you finally like got that down. So it's nice to like have other people to like congratulate you and congratulate the others.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I feel like it's just satisfying at the end, especially like when you get up early and like stay for the whole entire day. Then and you like get home late and like you feel like you kind of got a workout in too, and you just like feel like you accomplished something.
Yeah, you just feel like happy that you went up, happy that you got to hang out with people, and if you land something new or if you do something better than before. Just feel happy.
I usually, like, if I had a good day and I did something I haven't done before, I get like excited to go the next time so that I can keep like applying the things that I did that day to the next.
Okay, I think I'm gonna finish up with just a couple more questions. How do you go into a day feeling confident and prepared, or like if you take a spill after a spill or an injury, how do you get yourself back up?
Dude.
A beer?
I don't know, whenever I get hurt, like, whenever I'm like skiing or crash, I get hurt, like, the only thing that goes through my mind is like, the only thing you can do is just get back up and do it.
My family's like super into it and like my friends are too, so it's very like, I'm always with someone who's like pushing me to like do better. And if I am like wanting to stop or something, I'll feel like embarrassed. If they want to keep going, I'm like, oh, then I like look bad if I wanted to like stop. It just like makes me want to keep going.
I think my friends would totally leave me behind if I wanted to stop. You can't stop.
What's the recovery process or like the end of your day celebration kind of look like if you don't have plans afterwards?
Take a hot shower, eat
Yeah.
and go to bed.
Shower.
Do any of you guys like go out to dinner with your friends or like get lunch after or?
I might be an alcoholic, but I like.
Going for straight, that's totally acceptable as well.
Definitely after like a calm day, like if on the team someone won, they get like a big check and we use that on shots and drinks.
Nice, that's awesome. Anyone else?
I don't know, usually I wanna go to bed, but sometimes I end up not doing that and drinking instead.
Going out doing something else. Yeah. Okay, well, that was all the questions that I have for you.
Way harder than it looked.
Yeah.
Okay, it was going the whole, it should have been recording the whole time, it's still going,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, so you just end it.
Yeah, that's